Hi art students. It's time for another week of art, but first we're going to do Godzilla of the Week, so here it is. This is Angurius. He's a toy. I have his tag on still. You keep the tag on like when you're a collector. People like him. But he's got all these spikes on his back. He's kind of cool. Detail. This particular Angurius is from Godzilla Final Wars. So he's a little more updated. There's kind of more funkier designs from the past. There we go. He's pretty cool. He's pretty sweet. He's back from 2004, which is before you were born. Anyways, that's it. That's it for Godzilla of the Week. So now let's get on to our art portion of the video. Hi, remote sixth graders. We're going to be working on our clay project. It's going to be this clay letter. Now, if you're a sixth grader that comes to school, then we're going to do this in the classroom. Okay? So you don't have to worry about it. This is mainly for remote students who have to do this stuff at home. Now, as far as getting you this clay, you may not have the clay yet this week, so you may just have to wait a week until you can get the supplies to do this project. In the meantime, you can finish up your flip book and your 3D shoe and your winter trees. So finish those because that's what I'm grading for this trimester. This is going to be for next trimester. All right. So, but hopefully you'll be able to get this clay soon. What I'm going to do is I'm on school Tuesday, January 26th. I will put some of these in the office art folder. So if you're like dying to do clay and you want to do it, this stuff will be available Tuesday, Tuesday, January 26th. And there'll be some in the folder. I'll probably have like maybe 6 of them in there. I can't imagine all of you are going to rush to get the clay. If you do, I'll put more in there, okay? But you should be able to get this. So if you want, you can send a parent to the office sometime. Maybe they're going to maybe they need to drop off something else. Drop off something anyways, and they can pick up some clay. It'll be in that office folder. And then you can just do it right away. Or you can wait. I'll give these to Miss Alba, and she'll send them home when you have a next drop off and pickup day. But that might be a week or 2 away. So if you can't wait, send a parent to the office to get a brick of clay. It'll be in the the office art folder under 6th grade. It'll be in a little baggie, and you just get your clay. Okay? But let me show you what we're going to work on. So we're going to get some clay. But the first thing you need to do that I didn't send home with you is you need to have a little bit of water. So you have a little cup of water, right? You don't need to use a lot of water. You're going to have some kind of surface to work on, like cardboard works best. If you just have a big piece of cardboard, you just work on the cardboard. The cardboard will get soggy and gross, and you just throw it away when you're done. Paper can work, but you don't want to work on your table because it'll, especially if it's like a wood table, it could damage your table. You want to put down some thick paper or cardboard to protect your table. So keep that in mind, okay? Another thing you need to do is you need to hunt around your house for stamps for texture. So what could that be? Well, anything you can poke into the clay, but some things work better than others. So for instance, markers work really good. Usually they're like circular, like this will be a nice, here, I'll just do it, right? So you can get like a nice texture with just a marker. I got smaller markers. Let's see. Oh, here's something interesting. Here's like a wood screw. If you don't have a wood screw, don't worry about it. Let me try it. I haven't tried this one yet. Let me try it. It's got a little plus in the middle for a Phillips. Oh yeah. Can you see it? I need more light in here. It's getting dark. It's later in the day. Oh, you can't even see it, but it looks good. It looks good. What else can we do? Oh, here I found like a square. Squares are hard to find. It'll be easy to find a lot of round things to do. But it'll be hard to find squares. So if you can find some kind of square thing, that'll be good. Let me try this thing. Yeah. Oh, that's a real good one. Oh, it's so dark. I don't have enough light. I'll have to shine it so you can see it in the light. Okay. What else do I have? Here's like a tack. Be careful not to poke yourself, but that's like a nice, I can use this part and I can make circles. Right? So, I mean, we want to create textures and things. Oh, another thing you can find is popsicle stick. Popsicle stick works really well. You can use it to, I might send them home with the clay. I might pack some popsicle sticks in because you can just use, you can make some lines. You can, you know, carve some lines in. So this is really useful. It's also useful for cutting. So I'll probably send this home with your clay. Finally, let's see, toothpicks, they kind of work. Let's see, what else do I have? Oh, here's the best one. Okay, so this is like a jar lid, but see how it has this kind of like ribbing? You can get these kind of on peanut butter and stuff like that, but this works really well. Watch, you kind of roll it on and you get a real nice texture. So this is my favorite, but I don't have enough to send these home for everybody. So if you have like a peanut butter jar, this is awesome. It's usually peanut butter. There might be some other jars that have this, but check. Look around your house. See what you have. You never know what you may find. Usually pens are good. Here's another pen. Oh, that stinks. Let's see. Um, Here's another pen. That's not going to work very well. Maybe a smaller one. So I don't know. I mean, it's up to you. Okay. Well, anyways, you're gonna get your clay, and the first thing you want to do is you want to separate some parts of your clay. We're going to make a medallion with the clay, but you are also going to put a letter, so your initial, right? So like me, I'm going to put a D for my initial. Okay. Now, what kind of shape of our medallion can we make? We can make. You can do a square. Okay, focus. Hello, focus. Really? Oh, dude. I need more light. Hold on. Let's try this. Light? Light, please? Okay. So the shape of your medallion can be like a square. It can be, if you turn your square on its side, it can be like a diamond. It's kind of nice. It could be a circle. I mean, that's easy. But then another thing we can do, and I'll show you, this is what I'm going to make. I'm gonna like cut out little bits on the side, so it's going to be kind of like a star. But you can do like a circle, a square. What else could you do? Those are the best shapes. A square would be easy to make. You just kind of trim it. Circle, or I'm going to do this. But you could do any of these shapes for your shape for your medallion, and then we're going to put your letter on top of it. Okay? Okay. I'm going to keep that there so you can look at it. Okay. So first thing is I need to tear off a decent amount of clay. Let's see, probably about a I don't know, that's like a third for my letter. I need to have some for my letter. The rest of the clay is going to be my medallion, the shape, like the basic shape. So I'm just going to kind of press it down, and what's going to happen is your clay might be cracked. This clay is kind of cracked. Okay. And so how could I smooth it out? Well, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make it into a sphere, a ball. So I'm going to try to not knock over the camera. Okay. It's kind of a sphere, and I'm going to press it down. Ooh, this is like really cracked. Wow, look at that. That's terrible. Oh, that's so terrible. Okay, so if it's cracked like this, you can use water to kind of smooth it out. Okay, so but you don't need a ton of water. You just need a little bit. You're going to get your finger wet, and you don't want to get it too wet, and then you're just going to like rub and smear the clay, and what will happen is your finger will kind of get dry because it'll run out of that moisture, and so you just dip a little more. You don't want to get too much water on at once. It'll get too slimy and difficult to work with. Okay, I'm going to move this out of the way so I don't knock it over, but I'm going to keep using it. I'm going to kind of do it kind of fast, but you can take your time. You can roll it to get it more round. Oh man, this is really cracked. Let's see here. It's kind of hard when you have a camera in your face too. So I'm just kind of rubbing it. It could take some time. If it gets too slimy, you know, that probably means you're using too much water, but you can probably spread it around. If you have, like, I have a lot of cracks, so I can probably spread that water around a lot. Sometimes you really got to rub it to, you know, kind of spread it over to get it to be smooth. Okay. Can roll it. It's slowly getting better. I'm using too much water. Let's see here. The reason why it got extra cracked is because I was playing with the clay beforehand, using all those stamps and stuff like that. If you just take your clay right out of the bag and, you know, start pressing it into a ball and smashing it and stuff like that, it'll probably won't be as cracked as this. But if you play around with the clay and make things out of it and fold, it'll dry out pretty fast. And so that can happen. So then you just have to use a lot of water. It might take some time. But here you can see it kind of worked. Now I'm going to press it down. A lot of students like to kind of cut away. The problem with that though is if you press down all the way, it'll get stuck on the inside of the rim and you won't be able to get it out, and you have to dig it out, and you will like ruin the roundness of it. But one thing you could probably do is you can press in like most of the way. Like you don't want to totally cut off the edge. You just want to be able to press down mostly. Let's see. Mostly. And then you can just maybe tear it away. Now you don't have to do that. You could just roll it, you know, so it gets nice and smooth. It doesn't have to be a perfect circle. Like, look at this. It's not perfect. But here's where I got the nice edge of the circle. I can use my smooth popsicle stick just to trim this away. I'll dip it in a little bit of water so it's a little bit moist, and then I can just do this. I can just go around, and it cuts. You actually don't want to use like a real knife, because a jagged knife will it'll kind of tear it, like it kind of did there a little bit. So like even if you use like a plastic knife, like I wouldn't use the jagged edge, I'd use the soft edge. I'd use the soft edge to cut. The softer edge will cut this clay a lot easier. Okay, well, that wasn't perfect. Let's see. Let me get some more. Okay, I got this pretty good. I want it to be as flat as possible. Let's see, maybe this can help me. All right, let's see. Okay, so I have my shape. Now, like I said, you can use a circle. So right now I have a circle. That could work fine. I could have made a square. I could have just trimmed it. Like I could have flattened it out like a pancake and then trimmed away. So I have a square. If you make a square and you turn it on its side, it's a diamond, right? I'm going to try to make this like a little burst. And so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use my popsicle stick just to cut away those edges. And it'll kind of make a nice, well, it won't be perfect, but it'll make kind of a nice burst. You want this thing to be detailed. Let's see. It's kind of working. You want to be careful with these because these little things can break. And since you have to bring it back to school, maybe you do just want to do a circle or a square. They're like less likely to break. I leave it up to you. You don't have to do this. I'm just trying to do it to be fancy. But see how easy it is to cut with my popsicle stick? That works really nicely. You just need something smooth. And again, like I said, I could also use like this plastic knife, but I'm not going to use the serrated edge. I'm going to use this like the smooth, like the top of it. Let's see, this might even work better. Let's find out. Oh, it kind of does. Ooh. Why was I using that popsicle stick? But the popsicle stick works pretty good. I like it. Okay, that's in the way. Let's see. Boy, this thing got really tiny. So depending on how much clay you received, maybe you'll have a bigger um, medallion. Like I could have, wow. Like I wasted a lot of clay um, cutting away to make that perfect circle. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. It's up to you. It's okay. You just don't want it to be too tiny because we want to put a lot of texture and detail into this thing, right? Okay. Look at this one. This one's like not a point. Let's see, something like that. Okay. Well, these look kind of interesting. So maybe I can use a little bit of water and I can just try to like kind of pinch them together so that they're a little. Don't want to make them too sharp. But you can mold it. You know, the water helps it smoothen out a little. Yeah, it's looking pretty good. If you take your time, you can make it look real nice. This looks like a deadly ninja star. That's what this looks like. Back in the 80s, this is like when I was a kid. I mean, are ninjas still cool? In the 80s, ninjas were cool. And they had all these ninja movies and cartoons and stuff. And it was pretty funny. Ninjas are kind of goofy, though, if you think about it. Okay. Well, they became goofy with all the funky movies. Like the movies made them goofy. Okay, well, anyways, so there it is. Not bad. Now I want to make my letter. I got a ton of extra clay. I could have had a bigger medallion. So I don't know. Try to be careful. Now to make your letter, you probably want to use. You can use some of your clay, and you probably want to roll it to kind of be like a worm. Oh, look at how rough and nasty it is. So okay, I don't even need that much. I'm gonna go here. I just need water to smooth it out. I'm just gonna roll it like a snake. Remember Play-Doh? Hopefully you remember Play-Doh. Like, I've never played with Play-Doh. If you haven't played with Play-Doh, go get some Play-Doh. It's like part of, you've all played with Play-Doh. Okay, well this looks pretty gross. See how like it's like, you know, dry. So again, I'll just, you know, oh boy. I'll try to like smooth it out. You can always try to smooth it out once it's on your medallion too, right? Oh man, this is terrible. Let's see. Okay. Well, it's smoother. Let me get this end. Okay, and you want to put your letter on first before you do all the detail. So let's see. Now, oh, look at that, it broke. I'm just gonna do this. You can always reform it. Let's see. Let's see. I'm just gonna make it out here. I'm gonna take that off. Okay, I got a D. A D for Mr. Smith. Okay, let's see. Not bad, not bad. Now, here's the thing. You can't, let me smooth it out a little more since it's over here. This is working pretty good. Now, you can't just put it on. It will fall off. It will break off, right? You have to kind of cement it on. And so this is kind of an important trick. Maybe you learned it with Miss Lee, or maybe me last year. Did we talk about this? But you can't just put it on. You can't just be like, oh, there it is. No, it's gonna break off. So what you need to do is we need to kind of cement it. And how we do that is first, we're gonna add a little bit of water to like where it's gonna go. So add some water, and then what you want to do, I'm gonna use a toothpick, and you want to score it. You want to kind of score it. You want it to be rough. You don't want it to be smooth because it could just, if it's too smooth, it won't have a good. You want to make sure it's. You don't want it to be smooth because then it may not have a good adhesion, and then it could just break off. So that's pretty good. Okay, and then I'm gonna get that a little more wet. Okay, then I'm gonna get the bottom of my letter wet, just a little bit of water, and then I'm gonna score that too. You gotta score it. It can't be smooth because it will. Like I said, it may not adhere, and then it'll just break off. So I got two rough sides. I'm gonna put them together. And then let's see, is my D too big? Let's see, I'm gonna press it up. And I'm gonna press down. We wanna press down medium hard. You don't just wanna you don't wanna barely press down. No, you wanna press it down. Maybe not too much where it gets super flat, but you definitely wanna add some pressure so that it kind of sticks. I got so much extra clay. Oh man, I wasted it. Should have made it. I could have made a bigger medallion. That's okay. All right. Yeah, if you made a big square, it would have been easy, and then you could put more. You have more room for detail. Okay, so let me pick this thing up. Once I have this thing, oh look, there's that crack. Well, you can like press it in. You can kind of mold it in. Let's see. You're gonna use your fingers. You're gonna try to get it like right here. It's kind of hard to. Maybe I can use my popsicle stick to kind of make the edge a little straighter. Good. I can even press down to kind of flatten it a little. Although I am gonna press a lot of texture into this. Although I don't have a lot of space. Okay. All right, that looks pretty good. I can smooth this out a little more. Okay. Now, I don't have a very big medallion, so I don't have a lot of space for texture. I want to try to squeeze in as much as I can. So I'm going for, oh, here we go. I got a smaller marker, so this will give me some nice circles. This is like a thin Crayola marker. I love this thing. It's funny. I got to use this somehow because this has some nice squares. The problem is I barely have any room. And then let's see, I love the plus on this wood nail, so that's pretty sweet. This is a pretty big one though. But you might find some really cool stamps just around the house. Like, who would have thought that could be a stamp? But this will work really good on this. That'll be nice. What else do I have over here? I got this thing. I forgot all about this. Okay, I definitely want to use this. So let's see. Boy, I don't have a lot of space. You know, it's funny. I don't even have room for this. I'm not going to do it. But I am going to do, let's see, I want my squares. So I'm going to try to get some squares in there. Let's see, I'll put some squares in here. Now you can be creative with how your textures are going to happen. I want to try to fit some other squares out here because I really like the square. The problem is I don't have a lot of space. If my medallion was bigger, I could do all kinds of cool patterns and textures, but I'm kind of running out of room. So just do some small. Oh, I kind of like it. I like it how it kind of cuts into the. It works out okay. Let's see. It looks like a grenade, kind of, but hey, man, grenades are dangerous. But it does kind of look like one. Okay. Well, so far so good. Now maybe I can use some of, let's see, I'm going to try this one. So I'm going to do this on my D. So I'm going to press in, so get some other texture. Look, it's starting to crack. So maybe I can clean this up a little bit. Boy. Press in. You want to kind of press in, not too far down, but then not. You want to make sure you press down, a decent amount, so that, because what happens is sometimes it, I don't know, like especially if you're using water to kind of clear it, you might clear it out, or you might smooth it out too much, right? Okay, that's a lot of texture. Let's see, what else can I do? Do I have anything tiny? Oh, I got this. Okay, let's try it. Let's go for it. I'm going for some pluses here. Okay, here we go. Oh, man. Oh, yeah. I'm going to skip every other one. Oh, yeah. So I skip that one. Oh. Ooh, that one didn't go too deep. Ooh, that one neither. What's up? Is clay getting in there? Okay. So you can see that there's a lot of... I could even go further. Do I want to? Maybe. Oh, I got this thing. Oh, let's see. Oh, here, I got this. Like, I want some texture, but I don't want it to be so big. So maybe I'll put some of these dots in here. Oh, yeah, this is nice. This is like a paintbrush. It's smooth, though. It's smooth. Let's see. I'm going to do... Heck, I'm going for it. This is a lot. This is almost too much texture. Sorry. I just want to get you the idea that I want to see a lot of texture. The nice thing is when we paint it, we could put a glaze on it. And, okay, that's... Oh, I'll do them down here, too. So there it is. That's a lot of texture. So you want to think, you want to stamp everything, right? You still want it to look like your letter. I mean, it's kind of hard to tell, but I still got my letter D in there. But you want to try to fit as much as you can. Hopefully your medallion will be a little bit bigger. Like maybe if it's a square, you'll have more room to stamp stuff. Like I said, you can do dots, circles. If you can find something square, that's pretty cool. Let me show you a couple other things you can do. Let me see if I can just, this is so dry. Let me just show you a couple more. Gosh, so dry. That's terrible. That's so cracked. Okay, hold on. Here we go. I'm just gonna rapid fire smoothing here. Ooh, that worked pretty good. It's not a beautiful shape, but I just want to show you. Imagine this is, oh, I cracked it. Imagine this is a beautiful shape. Okay. So again, I could have like I love this thing. So I could have like if it was a square, I could have like rolled it around the edges. Like that's always fun. I like to do that. Like if we have a square, like imagine that was a square. Like that's kind of nice. Like I could maybe even cut it. Let's see. Yeah. Okay, I got my camera in the way. Close enough. Okay. So there, I mean, could imagine if it was a nice bigger square. I mean, that would look really nice. So that was like from a peanut butter jar, right? Okay, that looks good. Then I could have gone, maybe I could have put these in the corner. Like there's a lot of different things you can, I mean, be inventive, you know, like so I could have done that. The problem is like I don't have no letter in there. Then maybe I could have done circles. Maybe I could have done like a cross. Here, I'll do a cross. I want to do this one. Could have done like a cross. That's cool. And then maybe I could have done like, oh, I did want to show you though. You can get kind of like a scale effect with a popsicle stick. So watch, I'm gonna get a little wet just in case it gets bad. Like you can like press in and then press in and then press in and then press in. So I mean, that's another texture you can get. So be inventive. As long as it looks good, I'm cool with it. But you might be surprised. So there, I mean, that's kind of interesting. Let's see. And then maybe I could do, like in the corners here, maybe I could do some other circles. Except I don't really have corners. But there you're kind of, okay. And then let's see, do I want to do this? Maybe I want to put some circles. I don't know, maybe I want to put circles in here. So the trick is to look around your house. I don't have a letter in here though. Here I got a letter. But I just wanted to show you different textures and patterns that you can do. Another thing you could do is you could just, I'll show you on the other side. You could just press, you know, in a row, you get some little lines. I'm just using my popsicle stick. So be inventive. I could do this stuff too, right? So I mean, I could do that. There's a lot of different things you could do. So be inventive, be inventive. But you definitely, our focus is texture. We want to kind of poke things into our clay. And mine was kind of small, so I didn't have a lot of opportunity. So I mean, I pushed in everything, you know what I'm saying? So maybe it'll work. And that's it. That's what you want to do. I don't recommend these spikes though, even though I did it. If you are, be careful. Make sure, because they might break off. Normally we'd make these in school and it wouldn't be that much in danger, and I could just throw it in the kiln and cook it. But here it's like when you bring it back to school, these little parts may break off, and that might be a bummer. Like I said, you might want to do more of a square or a circle, like just like a nice circle, or even a diamond. You could do like a square is, if you just rotate it, it's a diamond. So that might be better so that it doesn't break as much. But you definitely want to put a letter on top, like what I showed you there, and you're going to score it and put it on. What you want to do when you're finished is you want to let it dry. Don't put it back in the bag because then it won't dry, right? Just kind of like make sure it gets some sun. And within a couple days, you can put like a little piece of paper underneath it or something. But within a couple days, it'll turn a light gray. The light gray means it is dry. Like the darker gray means it has moisture still. So it still has some moisture. Oh, I forgot to tell you, you got to put your name on the back of these things. Okay. It's very essential. It's very but when it's dry, bring it back to school carefully, maybe wrap it up, put it in a bag, like a little sandwich bag, bring it to school, and I'll fire it um in the kiln. So I'll fire it so it'll be, hard and, But you have to put your name on the back. You can't use like a Sharpie or a marker because it'll burn off. It'll burn off in the kiln. The kiln is the oven, and it gets so hot it like literally will burn off Sharpie if you write your name. So you actually have to carve your name. So you can use. I recommend. This is a paperclip. Paperclip works the best. Maybe you can use a toothpick. But I normally tell everyone to do popsicle stick. I put a bunch of texture back here. Yours would normally be blank, and so you would write your name. So you go like, now when you do it, it's better if you have like, if I'm gonna do Mister, watch what I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna drag it. I'm just gonna kind of push in my lines one at a time. I don't even have room to write my name. Here, can I do it on this one? Okay, here we go. You want it to be clear and easy to read. The more you drag, like if you just keep dragging your name, there'll be all kinds of little crumbs and things. So it's better to kind of do one line at a time. Like, see, you can see there's some crumbs there. I gotta like kind of wipe them off. I gotta wipe them off my paper clip. I don't even have room here, Mister. Ugh. And it gets on you gotta wipe it off your paper clip. Oh my gosh. So I'm gonna do one line at a time here for the M. So see how nice and, ooh, well, almost easy. And then the other so you can just put your name, right? Just your first name. If there's more than one of you, like let's see, do I have more than one? Who do I have more than one of? I don't know. I got more than one of some of you. So put your last initial if there's more than one of you. I'm trying to think. I don't know if I have more than one of any of you. I know I got more than one Zeke, but they're not in the same grade. So anyways, okay. Then what you're going to do is you want to put the letter of your teacher. So if you're in Corver, you're going to put a K and then put a box around it. That way I know it helps me figure out what class it belongs to. If you're Vanderdusen, you'll put like a VD and put a box around it. Vanderkirk, VK, and Woodhead, just a W, put a box around it. That way I know who you are. Sometimes if I can't read your name, but like you're in Corver's class, and I have like everyone else's project in Corver's class, and I'm like, oh, okay, this is so and so because they're the last person that I don't have, haven't looked at yet. So the class name actually helps me immensely. So make sure this is easy to read. You might have to go back in there and kind of carve it out. But make sure your name is carved in the back because like I said, if you use marker, it's going to burn off. Like it'll erase. You actually have to carve it in the back. And that's it. That's our project. So hopefully you had an interesting time with your clay letter. It's like a medallion. I say clay letter, but it's more like a clay medallion with your letter, with your initial. If for some reason you don't want to use your letter, you want to use like your sister's or brother's, like you don't like your letter, or maybe your letter's too hard, you can do a different letter. But, I prefer to see your first name's letter, right? Okay, but that's it. So that's it. Now, like I said, you may not get the clay right away. It might. So if you don't worry about it. This isn't due until next trimester, anyways. So we got till the end of the year to finish it. But I will send. I'll give Mrs. Alba the clay to send home. Like next time you have a pickup and drop off. And like I said, if you don't want to wait that long, if you're all excited about clay, then Tuesday afternoon, I will have, so probably like Wednesday, you can send your parents, say, hey mom or dad, go to the office, and in the office there'll be 6th grade art folder, and I'll probably have like 6 of these blocks in there, and you can just get one and take it home and you can start it, right? Because clay is a lot of fun. And then we'll do another clay project near the end of the school year. This is our first one. It's kind of a smaller clay project, and then we'll do a bigger clay project near the end of the school year. So we'll definitely do some more clay. This isn't the only clay we're going to do. This is just that kind of the warm up. Okay? So anyways, I hope that was interesting. I hope you had fun, and I will talk to you soon. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you later. Bye.